Tiebreakers. Real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Otavola Market Cafe. Otavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Otavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Otavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Otavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Otavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OtavolaMarket.com. Otavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Eastern Carolina's longest-running sports radio show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show is powered by Greenville Utilities and also brought to you by
Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Papa John's, Pepsi, The Rick House, Greenville Utilities, BMS Builders, Seared Chop House, The Gavigan Agency, Taft and Hagler, Tiebreakers, and Greenville Auto World.
And now, here's Brian Bailey.
Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Victory Monday. As far as East Carolina is concerned, the Pirates rolled past Campbell 49-10 on Saturday night at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. It was the third consecutive home game for these Pirates, and they've got number 4 coming up this week as Navy comes to town in the American opener for East Carolina. We've got lots of Pirate news. The South Florida game time is out. We've got news about the Navy game coming up. Chris Foster, the running back coach and the recruiting coordinator under Mike Houston at East Carolina, is our guest. We'll talk Pirate football with him. His running back's off to another great start in year 2 of his tenure at East Carolina. Once again, this is the Brian Bailey Show on this noon. Thanks so much for being with us to kick off your football week, and we'll continue on right after this.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone someone who cares.
It's summer's last hurrah, and at Bostic Sugg Furniture, we're ending it in style with 3 ways to save on the most fashionable looks for your home. Save double the sales tax, plus 6 months special financing, plus 20% off accessories to complete the look. Change your mattress, change your life. Buy a mattress, get up to 48 months special financing. Plus, visit Facebook and ask about our Hot Buy store-wide. The sun may be setting on summer, but not the savings at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
It's bow time. So it's game time and you got a bunch of rabid fans.
Dad, we're hungry.
You head out to fire up burgers and dogs and go from grill master to MVP. Then you realize you're out of GAS. Yup, out of gas on game day. What do? Drop a big bow box on it. Game on. Feed a family of 4 with 8 pieces of chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. It's bow time.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! That means those pregame barbecues with an ice-cold Pepsi? Totally back. Your perfectly placed football watching corner seat back and comfy as ever. 18 Sundays of touchdown scoring, Hail Mary throwing, ice-cold Pepsi flowing football action. You better believe it's back. And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. And when we say always, we mean always. Like when your lawn is looking less like a lawn and more like a jungle. If the game's on, then the lawnmower ain't. And those gutters you haven't cleaned, today is not their day. Or maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Better ingredients, better pizza, better brace yourself because this right here is a Papa John's Papa Bowl. No crust, just piping hot toppings and melty cheese in an oven-baked bowl. Better ingredients, better pizza, now in a bowl. Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, brace yourself for the brand new Papa Bowls for only $7.99. The new Papa Bowls are an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
Here it is a first down. Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. East Carolina running back coach and recruiting coordinator Chris Foster joins us to talk about the Pirates and that big 49-10 win over Campbell from the other night. He'll also get us set for Navy football coming up. This week will be a whiteout at East Carolina, so wear your favorite white shirt with the Pirate logo on it and get out to Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. And next week, the South Florida game will be a 7 o'clock kickoff on ESPN Plus from Tampa, Florida. That'll be East Carolina's first road game of the season. But Coach Foster joins us right now. Coach, you got to be pleased with how those guys ran the football the other night.
Yes, sir. They did a great job, but, you know, of course, the hat goes off to the offensive line, tight ends, and I'm telling them receivers. They did a great job of, blocking down the field.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think that gets lost in the shuffle. You know, the offensive line, you know, the old saying that you try to turn 5 pennies into a nickel with the offensive linemen, they've got to be on the same page. You've got some transfers in, some new guys. And really, though, from the summer, even from the spring of last year, everybody really thought that, hey, this is the best offensive line we've had here in a while. And we're kind of seeing that, aren't we?
Yeah, doing a great job. Coach Shanks is a great coach. A veteran coach does a great job with them young men. And, get them to play hard. But, you can see as, each week they continue to get better in jail.
And then you talked a little bit about the wide receivers, and I think that's something that fans kind of don't really think about a lot, a wide receiver blocking. But down the field, if a running back's going to get to that next level, you've got to have some blocking down the field, and those wide receivers are doing a good job.
They're doing an unbelievable job. I know Coach Boyer works the outside receivers. Coach Scott working, with the inside receivers. They do a great job throughout practice and making sure the guys take pride in it. And the good thing about it is that, our guys are very unselfish and, they just want to win. And so, I think that's been credited to, the coaches doing a great job with it.
Taking your questions and comments for Chris Foster on our Facebook Live page. We'll pass them along. The East Carolina running back coach and recruiting coordinator. When you're having success on the field like the Pirates are having so far this season, how much does that help recruiting?
Big time. And like you say, we always say, the biggest recruitment we can do is win. And because, number one, the guys see, the culture. They get to see the excitement around here, especially when we get them up here for a game day environment. It's unbelievable. Like I said, I think this environment, I put it up with any school in the country just with these amazing fans that we have and the way that we operate our game day.
And really, when you think about 4 consecutive home games, I think one of the concerns was, hey, can everybody get to 4 straight? But I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of folks that have made it to 3 in a row so far, and I don't think anybody wants to miss the Navy game because we all know that Navy's always a headache. But the fans really deserve some credit. The NC State atmosphere was incredible. It was so hot, but there were so many people there. And even since then, we've had really, really good crowds that have been into the game, and it's been really something, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it helps. To me, it's another advantage that we do have, with the fans here, and and our young men feed off that energy, which I think is very important.
Against Campbell, the Pirate defense got off to a little bit of a slow start. Campbell hit a couple of big plays and put up 10 points on the board, but it seemed like the Pirates were in control most of the way. Was the game plan pretty much just to try to wear those guys down? Because that's really what you guys did.
Well, I just think, Big John and Stafford did a great job in, training our guys, getting them in shape and, in the way we practice, and so that's kind of our mindset is to, wear whoever we play, wear them down. And so I think that's, to me, I think that's a, hats off, of course, to the strength staff, but also to Coach Houston and the culture that he set here and the expectation that he set here. And so, and that's the way our guys practice. And, and like I said, that's our mindset, win the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the other night you guys won the fourth quarter, won the third quarter, and just really were dominant at the line of scrimmage. And I know that every game's not going to go that particular way, but it really was refreshing to see because all week long, Coach Houston kind of talked about the fact we've just got to take care of our business. And it looked like a team that was very businesslike that said, hey, if we take care of our business, it's going to come. We're going to score the points. We're going to win the football game. And really, that's what we saw play out. I mean, it really, even when it was 10-7, it really wasn't, in doubt that East Carolina was going to, pretty much push its way into that victory over Campbell. And that's kind of like the Mike Houston way is to when he was at other schools, he really wants to run the football. I think when he got to East Carolina, he was a little frustrated at first because it was really tough to run the football. But I think his offense and his offensive philosophy with Donnie Kirkpatrick is, let's establish that line of scrimmage. Let's run the football. And that's what he really likes to do. And we saw that firsthand against Campbell.
Yes, to me, you hit it right on the head. That's his mindset, that's mentality, blue collar, hard nose. Let's play fast, let's play physical on both sides and of the ball, but also on special teams. So we always in attack mode, attack mindset, and to me, I just think the better you run the football, the better it helps your defense, and so by limiting them. The number of snaps that they have on the field. So, like I said, we do take pride in understanding that, that's a mentality that we establish here is run the football because, like I say, we want to be blue-collar, hard-nosed.
And when you think of running the football, you think, the more physicality of running the football. And you've got a 1-2 punch, a thunder and lightning in Keaton Mitchell and Rajay Harris. Rajay hasn't had the yardage, I think, that he would probably like, but he's such a team player, such a good kid, such a great teammate, I think, to everybody that he just wants to see this team succeed. And Keaton Mitchell, man, he's got next-level type speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, like I say, just going back to Rajay's unbelievable. He's the type of guy that you want in your locker room. He's the type of guy you want in your room. He's the type of teammate that you want, just like you talked about, just very unselfish, does everything you ask him to do. I mean, he works harder than anybody at practice. And, it's going to come. He's doing a great job. And, the production, like you say, he's already got 5 touchdowns compared to we had 5 total last year. So it's good to see him benefit from his hard work. To Keaton, you say Keaton is very explosive. He does. I mean, he has some electrifying speed, and and like I said, I'm glad he's on our team. But once again, he's another young man that works hard, pushes himself every day at practice, like I say, and the thing I like about both of them guys, they always compliment each other, and they always looking to help each other and support each other. So, which I think is very key and important.
And that's one of the keys to this, I think, the success of this offense. There's only one football to go around for everybody. And so somehow you got to keep both of those guys because they're so valuable to the team and so important. You think about last year, the Pirates were able to rush for 1,949 yards. That's the fifth highest since 2000. And that's a combination of those two guys. And as you said, Rajay hasn't had probably the yardage that he really wants to get, but it's coming because he's got a little burst. Have you seen that he's got a little more of a burst this year?
Yes, I mean, he has changed his body. He's a whole lot faster. I mean, you saw on that run he scored just his quickness and, good footwork, explosion, and, that suddenness that you saw. And so, I think he really took pride in his past season to change his body to make sure he can be a little quicker and a little faster.
And if I'm Rajay, I'm like, Keaton, you go ahead and get all those yards you want. I'm just going to take those touchdowns. And he was able to score a couple of them the other night. He had 13 carries, 39 yards. Keaton Mitchell, 13 for 185. In your coaching career, have you had a thunder and lightning type combination before?
I see what I have, but I haven't had one like these two. When I say like these two, it ain't just like I say, just the athletic ability. It's just the type of man that they are, on and off the field. Both of them over 3.0 GPA. So to me, I just think that's important in understanding they see the value of them. I know you guys may see the value as a player, but I see them a value at them as a man, as men. And so once again, like I say, they take pride in making sure they do the little things right on and off the field.
When you look at these guys week in and week out, take us through a practice after a game. When you guys look at film, are you looking at steps from the backfield, how fast they get to the hole, if their eyes, the shiftiness, what they're doing, and what do you guys work on at practice as you try to improve that stuff?
Well, you always go into a game, and after the game, you're going to always critique the guys very hard, just because it's always room for improvement, and and it could be, just from a tempo of a play, or like you said, just the correct steps, or eyes not being, the eye discipline part not being in the right place. And so, you try to critique them because they understand, at the end of the day, you want to make them better players. And both of them are hungry and want to be coached. And so, we take pride in making sure whatever they struggle with in the past game, throughout practice, just say if it's blocking, for example, we're going to spend a little bit more individual period on blocking than doing, footwork. So I just think that's important to kind of see, all right, where did we struggle at this past week? Let's improve. But it's my job to make sure I put them in situations throughout practice to help them improve.
Coach came to East Carolina from Georgia Southern, spent 5 years down there, and this Georgia Southern rushing attack was really, really good when you were down at Georgia Southern. How did that time there help you with your career at East Carolina?
It's helped. Like I tell people, you go back, we was gun triple option, went on the center, and it was just very similar. There's a lot of zone read. Instead of, pitching the ball, here we throw the bubble. So I just think it helped me understand also the fits of defense because, each week in the triple option, you see different defenses. And so to me, it helps me understand where I can coach my guys, where the free hat's going to be or the free hitter's going to be, and understanding that by reading the defense. And so I think it helped me tremendously and helped develop these young men.
And football has come along, so many different aspects and different tendencies. And, you talk about, Georgia Southern, I think back to the old days, and I know you read the history books when you were down there, the ham bone offense and everything that Georgia Southern was all about, running the football. But you talk about going to the option from the shotgun. I mean, it's all basically the same, but it's kind of different too. Yeah.
Like I said, you're exactly right. It's the same. But, to me, I just think, the thing that makes us more valuable and more explosive here is that we have a better option to throw the football. And I think that's important because I just think it helps the running game. When you can throw the football, it helps the running game, and our guys understand that. And so, to me, that's the difference, I think, in being in this offense compared to the triple, even though it's gun, it's the same. Same schematically, can be the same, but just a little bit different from that standpoint where, teams just can't load the box up.
All right, you talked a little bit about Rajay. Let's go to Keaton. Talking about Keaton Mitchell, 13 carries, 185 yards, a touchdown in the 49-10 win over Campbell. So far this season for Keaton Mitchell, he was 10 carries for 36 yards against North Carolina State, and that was a very good defensive line, maybe front seven for the Wolfpack. He then went 18 for 160 in game 2 against Old Dominion, 13 for 185 this past week against Campbell. What have you seen as far as his improvement is concerned? What is he doing differently to get better as a running back?
Well, I just think, he was very disappointed with his outing at NC State, so he came to work Sunday when we had practice Sunday and had a great week of practice. Same thing following the Old Dominion game, and he understands I got to continue to work to get better, each week, because, as you go, the week goes, the competition get a little bit tougher. So we got to make sure that we continue to stay humble on top of being hungry and continue to work and like I say, just continue to push them each and every day. But I just think, not saying he lacked the work ethic, but he came in with a mindset, I'm not pleased, I'm not happy. I gotta work harder. That's just him. That's his mentality. That's his mindset, which I love that about him.
Is he the fastest running back you've coached?
I like to see him and Matt Breida line up against
yeah.
I know played the Giants, and but I tell you what, it'll be neck to neck. If not, Keaton right edge him, but both of them are pretty fast.
I mean, you see him every day at practice. How many times does he break one in practice?
I tell you, a couple of times. I know Blake would tell me in the fall camp, hey, just keep Keaton out of this. He's liable to break it at any time. And that's the thing. You give him a little daylight and you see him just take off like a rocket. So, I just think anytime he's liable to break one.
Yeah, Blake's trying to keep that defense ready. He's like, hey, we know he's fast. Just keep him out of this one. Put some of your slower guys in there. We'll be fine with that. But that's one of the challenges. That's one of the real challenges, I think, of summer camp, because you guys go up against one another so much. And, if you don't have a coaching staff that's just tight-knit like you guys are, all heck can break out. And sometimes it probably does anyway because it's so hot out there and trying to get things done. But that's a great story with trying to keep Keaton intact, because he's just such a fast runner, and just when he breaks, he turns the corner. I think the first time I really took notice was the App State game last year. He took that little swing pass, and man, once he got around that corner, and I still say he was really close to breaking it against North Carolina State and getting down that left sideline and scoring that touchdown, which would have won that football game. But he's something to see. You can't coach speed, can you?
Yeah, exactly right. That's DNA.
That's all DNA, and he can absolutely fly. When you look at Keaton's game, are there things that you want him to tweak to get better at certain aspects of running the football?
We always say, finishing the run. The thing about it, everybody knows he has speed. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we do a physical style of running. We're going to finish off every run, just like, a couple of times this past week. He got stopped at the 1-yard line. We talked about, that lead drive, that fight, to get in that end zone. So, he knows, that's the improvement that we got to continue to make. And, he's a guy that's willing to buy. He's bought into everything. And, he's a guy that's humble. And just like I talked about, earlier, how hungry he is. So, like I said, you'll continue to see a better version of Keaton Mitchell each week.
And how much better can Keaton get?
He can always get better. We always say room for improvement. We always got to continue to become a student of the game, so we can react and play faster. So he has the skill set and the talent level, but it's my job as a coach to continue to keep him hungry and continue to learn the football game so he can play faster.
As you guys are running the football, you've also got a quarterback who's built like a fullback in Holden Nailers. He's a big physical specimen, and he gets loose, and he likes to run the football some too. And that's got he's got those backs in front of him blocking for him sometimes.
Yeah, I done had to tell him, just calm down, Holden. You can't run all the time. So, but yeah, you're right. He's got that right mentality, and once again, I'm glad he is on our team. He's the guy that I tell you, the way that he managed the game. I've never been around a quarterback like him, the way he managed a football game, and just his mind. Just his toughness that he does have. So, like I say, I'm glad he's on our team.
When he comes to the line of scrimmage and sets the play call and sets you guys up in the right formation and that kind of thing, take us through the process of what goes on and how your running backs are involved in that.
Well, I just think when it comes to the run game and protection, he IDs, everything. And so I just think, and based on, our scheme, we feed off that. But, he does a good job of getting everything where we need to know, okay, bam, this guy may be coming or this guy may not be coming. So he does a good job. I can say, he's the best I've been around. The way he gets up there, he sees the defense and able to read and understand, where pressure may be coming from or where, this guy may be dropping. So, and that kind of helps us because now we can eliminate some things so we can play faster.
Has anything surprised you from the defensive sides of the football through the 3 games, through NC State, through Old Dominion, and through Campbell?
No, I mean, our guys play with their hair on fire. I love the way our guys play football. And, as you see it on Saturdays, the way they flying around and get to the ball. But once again, that's testament to these defensive coaches. I mean, that's the way they coach them at practice. I mean, you see them, and they are just running out and getting on them 24/7 because they know that them guys feed off that, and them guys are a reflection of the way our guys coach on defense. So I really like that passion of getting out there, and that's how guys play on Saturday. They play with passion.
Have you ever been a part of a program that started their season with 4 consecutive home games?
That's the first time ever.
I bet.
I kind of like it, but it's the first time ever.
Yeah, it's completely different, and I think that I didn't know how this community and how the city and how Eastern North Carolina and how fans that come from all over for an East Carolina Pirate football game were going to be able to handle it, and I've been kind of pleasantly surprised that the crowds have been as good as I knew. The state game would be sold out, be packed, but after that, I mean, the crowds have been really, really good, and I'm telling you, it's a bad month to be a beer in Greenville, isn't it?
That's what they say.
Yeah, it's a lot of tailgating going on for 4 consecutive weeks. As we mentioned earlier, the Pirate game with South Florida USF is a 7 o'clock kickoff on ESPN Plus. That's coming up as the calendar turns to October the 1st for the Pirates and the Bulls of USF. And as we said again, it's a whiteout coming up this week as East Carolina opens up the American Athletic Conference play with the Midshipmen of Navy. We're going to talk about the middies coming up in just a few minutes with Coach Foster to kind of get a preview of that. Let's go back to the recruiting side, Coach, as we continue on. When you're in this type, when you're in the middle of the season like you are, what are you guys doing as far as recruiting goes right now?
Well, we are definitely, with our commitments that we do have, just making sure we are in constant communication with them, trying to finish out this 23 class, however, it looks if it's JUCO or high school kid. But on top of that, we are already ahead on starting on 24s. I think we evaled over 400 to 500 24s already. Definitely, of course, taking care of in-state first and then spreading off from there. So, like I say, we are, constantly throughout the day. Every day we are writing someone, and we're watching film on someone. So, once again, we are staying on top of that, which, recruiting is very important.
Yeah, what's the schedule as far as what you guys can and can't do as we move forward in the fall?
Just, as of right now, we're in eval period. So, you go to a school, you only do a evaluation, and then close to the end of November, 1st December, then you get in the contact period. So right now, like I say, and then, we get one phone call a week. So like I said, we're able to give them a call and, on top of, like I said, they can call us anytime. But, I think the biggest deal is being able to evaluate these young men in person.
And you still have the early recruiting period, recruiting signing day. Is that, the 3rd week of December?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Has that been a help to teams? And I look at that date and I think about the fact that, teams, obviously the goal is to go to a bowl game. And when you go to a bowl game, that makes the things a lot complicated when you're trying to sign kids and you're trying to go to a bowl game. And it gets a little hairy, doesn't it?
It can, but I just think recruiting as the cycle has changed a little bit, because, back in the days before the early signing period, you didn't get young men signed or get them on visits until the end of the year. Now, with being able to bring them on visits in the summertime and get some time around them, around the young men and their families, so we got a majority of our class signed committed by the end of the summer. So right now, we just, like you say, we're just tracking them, staying on top of them, but also, being able to track 24s. And just like we talked about earlier, the best thing you can do with recruiting is win. And so once you win and get to a bowl game, that creates even more exposure.
Was it difficult last year with the Military Bowl in trying to keep everything organized with recruiting?
Coach Houston, he takes pride in recruiting. So once again, we was prepared and ready. Forward, and so we was on top of it. So, it wasn't a big issue because, one thing about him, he's always planning ahead of time, being organized. So once again, like I say, we was prepared and ready for it.
Yeah, it's just got to be. It's complicated enough when you take 100 football players on the road and you spend 5? I guess we were there 4 or 5 days leading up to the bowl game. Obviously, we got the bad news on that Sunday morning that the game would not be played because of the problems with Boston College, which was very disappointing for everyone. What did you feel about that when the call came that Sunday morning?
It was tough. It was tough because our young man was excited. You can tell, we had a great couple of days of practice. So, they was tuned in, locked in, ready to go. So, it was very disappointing on that standpoint of especially, these seniors who's been through a tough road here, not being able to, play, in the bowl game. And so, that was tough within its own, but it made our guys that's coming back this year even more hungry because they want to get back and have that opportunity.
Talking with Chris Foster, he's the running back coach at East Carolina, also the recruiting coordinator, taking your questions and comments, and we'll get to those in just a few minutes on our Facebook Live page. We certainly appreciate you listening and watching us on this Monday, this Victory Monday. East Carolina with the win, 49-10 over the Camels of Campbell. Did that game go pretty much what you thought it was going to go like on Saturday?
Well, we coming in, they was a dangerous football team. And, Coach, he's talked about, our focus on us. It's on us getting better each week as a team. And so once again, like I said, we know it's going to be a challenge starting off just because, like I said, they're a very good football team. Mike Millen has done a great job there, at Campbell, and, they have some really good football players. So we know that, each week that we got to come ready to play.
And Coach Houston had talked so much about the fact that their offensive line was so big, and they had some big boys on that offensive line, didn't they?
Yeah, like I say, when I was at, like I say, I knew that they would come in and ready to play and, play hard. And just because, in 2020 when I was at Georgia Southern, we won 27-26 against them. So, once again, I knew, what the challenge was going ahead against them.
And you also know a little bit about the mindset when you're an FCS program and you get a chance to knock off one of the big boys. I mean, that's a whole lot as far as the incentive plan is.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. We always say sometimes, it's like a Super Bowl for them guys. It's they, once again, I mean, that's a great opportunity. Like you say, to upset and knock off, a bigger school, but also, it creates exposure for them in their program, but also it goes to recruiting again.
And when you looked at the stat sheet the other night and you looked at your running backs and the rushing attack, 270 yards, did you have flashbacks to Georgia Southern?
No, I did not. Once again, it was good, but like I say, the thing, like I just keep hitting on it, and I, like you say, people don't see it sometimes from the outside in. Is that man? O-line, of course, but the tight ends and them receivers, because a lot of Keaton long runs won't happen if it wasn't for the receivers that's blocking, and one that. Roger did a great job, great run. The tight end ended up knocking down 3 guys, during that block. So, I just think that's very vital, very important that how much our young men are bought in.
It's funny because I knew Keaton had 185, but I just didn't think about 270 until I looked at the stat sheet, and I was like, man, that's almost 300 yards on the ground. That's one of those nights that, because most games, do you have a goal of 150? Is that the goal, or is that just a number? What do you feel about that?
Well, to me, we always say, we got a chance if we can rush over 200
okay.
as a running back group, and we say 200, and we say close to 100 yards we call pirate yards, which are yak yards after contact, and so if we can do that, we'll give ourselves a chance to be able to be successful and win.
Pirate yards or yards after contact, the old yak stat, but I like pirate yards. They got to like that too.
Yeah, the guys take pride in it because they know we reach a goal and we win, we get to go eat. So once again, like I said, they take pride in it.
And we all like that idea. If you win, you get a chance to go eat. Chris Foster, running back coach in his second year at East Carolina under Mike Houston. He's also the recruiting coordinator. We'll take a commercial break right now. We'll come back. We'll talk about more of his running backs in that room. We'll also preview the Navy matchup coming up. This is the Brian Bailey Show on this Victory Monday for East Carolina, and we are back after this.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and this is a Pirate Radio Sports Break presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. The Panthers lost another close one yesterday, losing to the Giants 19-16 to drop to 0-2. The Carolina bright spot was the running of Christian McCaffrey, 102 yards on 15 carries. The Washington Commanders lost to the Detroit Lions 36-27. Jared Goff threw 4 touchdowns. Cowboys got by the Bengals 20-17. The Pirates are home on the gridiron for the 4th consecutive Saturday this week, hosting Navy in the AAC opener at 6 o'clock. ECU is 2-1, and the Midshipmen are 0-2. Aaron Judge hit 2 home runs yesterday in Milwaukee. He now has 59, 2 home runs short of tying Roger Maris's 61. The Yanks outslugged the Brew Crew 12-8. The Orioles' flickering playoff hopes are still alive after a 5-4 win over the Blue Jays. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership, savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package, too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Are you looking for a home loan? Look no further than Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage. Since 1960, Guild Mortgage has partnered with industry professionals to close loans on time and help millions of Americans realize their dreams. Call Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage in Jacksonville, 910-389-4602. Amy Goss is licensed in Florida, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 3274. NMLSconsumeraccess.org/. For licensing information, please visit guildmortgage.com/licensing. Guild Mortgage is not affiliated with Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio.
All of our last names are ECU.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Monday. East Carolina knocking off Campbell 49-10. Pirates all set to take on the Navy Midshipmen. Navy comes to town 0-2 after losing to Delaware 14-7, losing to Memphis in their American opener 37-13. Chris Foster, the running back coach and recruiting coordinator at East Carolina, is our guest as we continue on. Coach, let's talk about another running back. We've got a chance to see a little bit of him in Marlon Gunn. What kind of back is he?
I tell you what, he's the guy that's came in and, once again, and knowing and going to watch him play, this time last year, he had some ability, but, just seeing his hunger, and he kind of follows, looks up to Keaton and Raji, how they work. His work ethic is out this world, and I just think each week he will continue to get better. We know as a freshman, sometimes, they overwhelm, especially now with school starting, it's different for him. And, he's handled things very well and very mature how he handles himself.
Taking questions and comments from our Facebook Live page. Our good friend Kenny has written in and says, "Can we see all three running backs at the same time? Put them in a wishbone or an Ehlers bone or something back there and see if they can go to it." What do you think?
We'll see. I asked Coach K and see if he can get it done.
There you go. See if they can put that in the playbook. All right, Navy comes to town at 0-2, and anybody that knows anything about Pirate football and knows that through the years, Navy has had East Carolina's number. Last year, the Pirates came up with the field goal, the 54-yarder from Owen Daffer to knock off the Middies up in Annapolis. What I remember about that game is that it was colder than I thought it was going to be. That weather off the water made it a little bit cooler than I really dressed for. But that was an outstanding football game, and really, it was just one that it was part of kind of a magical type end of the season for East Carolina.
Yeah, it's just once again just the standard and the culture here of fight and finish till the end, and that's what you saw. Our guys didn't panic, they didn't flinch. When back against the wall, they went out there and made plays, and of course, Stafford hit the big field goal. But once again, our guys are built that way. Fight and finish till the end.
It's the third time in 4 seasons that the American schedule has Navy with an off week before the Middies play East Carolina. And Coach Houston brought that up the other night. But that's an oddity as far as the schedule goes. And really, because you always want to have a bye week before you play somebody, especially if you're playing, if the Pirates would get that kind of schedule, tendency, it would be much better because East Carolina's trying to prepare for that option attack. But it's odd that Navy's had that 3 out of 4 years.
Yeah, I mean it's always tough because once again, you go face a team off a bye week, and you may see you're gonna see a couple of things different, and so you gotta be ready to adjust in the game.
When you guys have a scout team run that option, I mean, you've got running backs that help out. I think Stubby's a quarterback. I mean, they've been doing that for a while, trying to mimic the Navy offense the best they can. But you just can't mimic that game speed, can you?
No, I agree. That's tough. And that was when I was on the other side of it in the option world, Georgia Southern, and that was one of the deals that we feel like that's the advantage is that we got to kind of. The speed and now that the cut blocks is not as legal as it used to be. So once again, that's taken out. So that kind of helps. But, it's hard to mimic, like you talked about, the speed of the option football and assignment base. So, but, like I said, our guys did a great job of, with the scout guys, our guys give them a great look and, getting them prepared, like you said, since this summer, and trying to prepare for it.
And it's like, that Navy blocking scheme, they come at you at all angles.
Yes. Like I said, they do a great job. They do a great job in the scheme and what they do. So, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough offense. It's a tough challenge.
When you guys practice this week, obviously Monday's usually the off day. Tuesday and Wednesday are your physical days. Do they change a little bit this week because you're going against an option team?
I don't know defensively, kind of, what the plan is, and but I know whatever it is, it's going to make sure our guys are ready to go and prepared. But us offense, we're going to continue to practice how we practice.
When you look at this Navy defense, they gave up 14 to Delaware. Pretty much got blasted in the Memphis game. Didn't play very well in that game. What do you see on tape as far as what the Middies have on defense on that side of the football?
I mean, I don't see an 0-2 football team. I don't. If you go back and watch the film and watch the game, I mean, they are very well coached. They play hard, very sound within their scheme. So, we are up against a really good, tough challenge. But because, like I said, you watch it on film, they don't like an 0-2 football team.
Does it mean something to the coaching staff and to the guys when you play a team like the U.S. Naval Academy, because you understand that their world is a little different than our world, and when those guys graduate, they're the protectors of our country, and just the patriotism that's involved. And every time you go to Annapolis, it's just, to me, it's just magical to see the guys march on the field, and it's kind of more than a football game, and it's not quite the same when the Middies are on the road, but still, I think, win or lose, you have so much respect for the navies of the world, the armies, the air forces of the world.
Yeah, I agree. Especially for me, with my dad being in Vietnam, so it is. It's kind of a little wow factor for me, in playing these guys. But, especially, our young man who has military background, I'm pretty sure is very touching for them also.
When you play a team like Navy that obviously they go up against their offense, and their offense is basically, option-type football, so they run the football a lot. Is it harder to prepare for a defense that is used to trying to stop the run?
I say, not really, just because, like I say, they do a great job, in what they do. So from a schematic standpoint, they put their guys in the right position to make plays. So, it's not as challenging.
All right, take us through your Monday now. You're going to spend probably close to an hour with us, but besides the time you're spending with us, how is your Monday in preparing for Navy coming up this Saturday?
Getting his office, around about 6:30, and cut on the film, and just kind of grind it out from there. We kind of, we separate. When I say separate, just each offensive coach, Coach K, give us assignment to make sure we get completed, and then we'll get together this afternoon after special teams and kind of go over some things that we saw on film.
What are some of the things that you're looking for when you go through that film? I mean, we hear, coaches look at film, but obviously you're jotting down notes, and then you're going in and comparing notes with some of the other assistant coaches as Donnie tries. I guess Donnie spends his day trying to put the game plan together, and then when you guys get to practice on Tuesday, the game plan's in place. It's just a time then to implement it.
Yeah, the biggest deal is just, you're looking at personnel, and from a schematic standpoint, things that you can do that you feel like they can give you, advantage to be successful offensively. So, like I say, the biggest thing is personnel.
All right, and during the game, what is your role as you're watching your offense out there? What are you looking for, and how are you coaching during a game?
The biggest deal is that, we all had assignments to look on a defensive position. And so I'm given, that position to look at, and making sure, okay, this is what they're doing at that position. And also from an offensively standpoint, I'm looking at, making sure, the ball is snapped, just making sure we secure the ball for us, the quarterback, the exchange from the center to the quarterback, and also the mesh. But each of us is given an assignment defensively to watch a defensive position.
And when those guys come on the sideline, do they get on the headphones with you or get with you and say, I think we could do this, think we could do that, and you guys kind of get it to Donnie and kind of go from there?
Well, yeah, so we kind of go off Donnie, of course, talks to the quarterbacks, talk to Hope when he comes off, and, each position goes with their coaches, and so I sit down with the running backs, of course, and say, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Tell me, what are you seeing? Because, once again, they out there, and, they can see things sometimes a little bit better. And so we kind of collaborate from that standpoint and say, okay, this is what we're seeing, and then I get with Coach, Shank, hey, this is what we're seeing in the running game or protection, to make sure if it's something we haven't saw, we want to make sure we get it drawn up so the guys can adjust and see what's happening out there.
Who's the best out of the backfield as far as catching the football, or are they both pretty good?
I tell you what, they both pretty good, but, Raji has some really, really good hands. I would say he's the best catching the football.
And you really like to get those guys out. I referenced it earlier last year against Appalachian State, the little swing pass to Keaton. You had Keaton on the drag route against North Carolina State that I also referenced earlier that almost broke it for the touchdown. But if you can get the football to those guys out in space, good things are going to happen.
Yes, I totally agree. I just think, getting the ball in their hands, period, is a plus. And so, them guys are, ready to, if it's, whatever the game plan it is, if it's, hey, we got to throw it a little bit, they fine. They ready to adapt, adjust, better protect, and then, and if it allows us to get out and have a chance to catch some balls, like I say, they're prepared and ready.
0-2 Navy, 1-1, or 2-1 rather, East Carolina coming up this week at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Coach, before we let you go, what's the key to a victory coming up this week?
The biggest deal is, for us offensively, number one, protect the football. I just think we got to continue to take pride in making sure we're protecting the football and also, protect our quarterback to give him a chance. And so I just think if we can do them two important deals, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Maybe we'll get 270 on the ground for your boys again. How about that?
I would love that.
Chris Foster joining us. Coach, I know you got a busy Monday. We certainly appreciate your time. We're going to get you out of here so you can help put that game plan together with Coach Kirkpatrick and everyone. Can't wait to see you guys again. I've never been a part of 4 straight home games, but it's been a blast so far. It's been so exciting every Saturday, and we look forward to this week, Navy and East Carolina in that American opener. But Coach Foster, certainly appreciate your time again, and good luck this week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's Chris Foster, his second year as the running back coach, recruiting coordinator under Mike Houston at East Carolina. We'll take another commercial break. We'll come back. We'll have some thoughts on high school football and much more as the Brian Bailey Show continues on this Monday, right after this.
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
Seared Chop House is Greenville's only true chop house. We're open 7 days a week. Seared combines a remarkable menu with an unrivaled atmosphere. Lunch or dinner at Seared is a quality-driven experience where we highlight a thoughtful approach to locally sourced ingredients and hearty, flavor-rich cuisine. We're firing up the grill at Seared, Greenville's only true chop house, located on Fire Tower Road at Bells Fork. Come see us at Seared 7 days a week.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday is our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Monday. I want to thank Chris Foster for joining us, the running back coach, recruiting coordinator at East Carolina. Got some other football thoughts we'll throw out before we take our final commercial break and then wrap things up. Big weekend of high school football this past week on Touchdown Friday, and of course New Bern knocking off Havelock in that big 1-versus-2 battle on our Touchdown Friday top 9. J.H. Rose also got a big win on the road, knocking off Jacksonville. This week, big weekend of football coming up on Friday. Friday. South Central plays at Rose. Falcons are struggling a little bit, and Rose has got it going again. JP2 undefeated on the year, taking on St. David's as far as that game goes. Farmville Central and Green Central are both at home. Jaguars came up with a big win last week. The Rams of Green Central are undefeated. Saw them play last week against North Pitt. Tarboro won again. They play at Bertie coming up this week. Riverside and Washington County, I believe, will be our Touchdown Friday game of the week coming up. No, that's going to be our backyard brawl, excuse me. Our game of the week is going to be East Duplin and Kinston, I believe. But New Bern and New Bern and Havelock are both at home coming up on Friday night. New Bern plays host to Jacksonville, and Jacksonville knocked off the Bears last year, so that'll be good as well. Clip Rock's going to join us. We're going to talk a little NFL football. He's shaking his head right now. What a difference a week makes in attitude and everything else as far as the NFL goes.
Last week you didn't want to talk NFL.
Well, I don't know why. But
what a difference.
But, hey, thankfully, I'm just saying that my Dallas Cowboys have to play 500 football for a while, try to tread water if they can. I said before the season that I really was hoping, and that was when Dak was healthy, that the Cowboys could win one of their first two at home, because you can't go 0-2 at home and expect to do anything. And so they were able to do that, and that was a big win for them yesterday. I'm glad you watched.
Great.
How did the Commodores do yesterday? I didn't get
Bailey,
a chance to see.
I'll just tell you that they were down 22-0, and
I saw some of that.
and had 0 first down.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's how they did.
Yeah, you got to wonder about when you have a game like that. But they came back and had a chance. Really, didn't you think? Did you think they had a chance?
Yeah.
How about the Panthers, Chandler?
Let's talk Panthers football. Here we go.
I damn sure don't want to talk football.
Woo! Man, he came out firing.
Isn't this awesome, though, Bailey? Like, last week, I'm up. Y'all are down. This
I know.
week, you're up. Like, it is so weak.
And I'm still down.
Yeah, if Chandler gets any further down, he's going to be in a hole somewhere.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But as you said, your team won, my team lost, Chandler's team. But, like, the other games going on. I mean,
man.
It was an incredible day.
It really was. And it was one of those things that when you're watching, what I try to do at home is put the big TV on a game that I'm interested in. I watched a lot of the Panthers, watched a lot of the Commanders, and then I had the Red Zone channel on the other TV. And then if the Red Zone channel had a game that was starting to develop or something, I'd switch it all up. But there were so many the great comebacks. The Browns Jets game, that was crazy.
The Dolphins were dead in the water. They come back. The Cardinals were dead in the water.
I think the Browns lost because of that mascot at midfield, that creepy elf out there.
I'm surprised. Well, I mean, that's
old school.
It is old. Yeah.
But that just doesn't look like the Browns out there. But they, the onside kick never works. But when it does, something good always happens to the team that gets the onside kick. But that was fun to watch. The Cardinals game later in the day.
Yeah,
that
the
was
4
just
o'clock
nuts.
games turned into wild ones. At the end last night.
And the Cowboys played so well in the first half, even with Cooper Rush at quarterback. The defense was really good. That's the only shot the Cowboys have to win games this year. That defense has to be dominant, and they were in the first half. Now they weren't so dominant in the second half. We were joking about it before we went on the air. It was really crazy that they were so gassed. They were like bears out there holding on to one another.
I'm interested to see week 4 when the Commodores and Cowboys play.
Yeah.
Because the Cowboys defense looks pretty elite right now. Washington can't stop anybody on defense, but their offense can score.
Yeah.
So it's a something's got to give type of game.
Cowboys go to the Giants on Monday Night Football next week, so the Cowboys won't lose on Sunday, and that's always a plus.
The Giants are a fraud 2-0.
I think so too, but the Giants are a 3-point favorite already. I think that's because Cooper Rush is starting at quarterback for the Cowboys. But it's interesting to see how the point spreads come out and what's going on with that and what's happening with the teams. And the 0-2, what is it, 11% of the teams that start 0-2 make the playoffs?
I don't know that number, but I saw since 2020, no 0-2 team has made the playoffs, which is a small sample size, but not great if you're 0-2, Chandler.
Yeah. Kind of shows it.
There's been a lot of good games the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, the Panthers has been on the wrong side of those good games. Last week with the Browns, their rookie kicker, who actually pretty cost them the game the other day with a missed extra point, nails a 58-yarder. You have former Panther yesterday, Graham Gano, knocking down a 55-yard field goal. He did the same thing against the Giants a couple years, or 4 years ago against the Giants.
Yeah,
and now he's doing it for
that.
the Giants against the Panthers. I think the Matt Rule era is coming to an end very soon.
Yeah, and it's hard when those coaches, those college coaches go in the pros, and we've seen so many of them.
Steve
that
Spurrier,
work.
Saban.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a list.
Those are the two big ones, probably. Nick Saban's probably the biggest one. That you would think he can coach anything.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, Urban Meyer had other issues, but yeah, you think about everything that goes along with that, and it's just.
It's still early, but we're already starting to get into the carousel in college football. Bailey, Nebraska's open, and Herm Edwards getting fired at Arizona State. Already two pretty big jobs out there.
Very big, great jobs, and it'll be interesting to see how they play out. And it's really hard to go out and get a coach when the season's 3 weeks in, because everybody's busy with their own teams.
Unless you get Urban Meyer, who is
he's available
doing TV and collecting checks.
Boy, that would be a tough sell, wouldn't it?
I bet the fans would love Urban Meyer in Nebraska.
Well, they just want to win.
Yeah,
I don't think they care who it is.
Sell the soul to the devil.
They just want to win. All right, let's take our final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up in this edition of the Brian Bailey Show for you. Coming up right after this.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Hi, I'm Ken Hagler of Taft and Hagler. We're proud to be sponsors of the Brian Bailey Show and the Pirate Nation on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. If you've been injured on the job or due to someone else's negligence in an automobile collision, call us at 752-2000 for a free consultation with experienced professionals who care. Go Pirates!
Do you want to feel healthier and have more energy? The secret is all in what you eat. At Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we have certified dietitians to provide you with accurate advice on the eating plan and the lifestyle choices that you need to make to help you live well. You need more than just an internet search to be able to get a plan that fits your unique needs. Your dietitian will customize an eating plan that is specific to your goals, your budget, and your lifestyle, while providing coaching along the way so you can live well. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients.
Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road in Winterville and a new location coming soon to Uptown Greenville.
This is Isaiah Winstead. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, wrapping things up on this edition of the Brian Bailey Show. A whiteout coming up this week at East Carolina. Pirates back in action against the U.S. Naval Academy. 6 o'clock kickoff. ESPN Plus is the network. And the Pirates are a 17-point favorite. East Carolina USF is a 7 o'clock start time in Tampa, October the 1st. That game also on ESPN Plus. And I want to thank Chris Foster, running back coach and recruiting coordinator at East Carolina, for being my guest on this Monday. Have yourself a great sports week, and we'll see you back here next week on the Brian Bailey Show.
This has been the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Papa John's, Pepsi, The Rick House, Greenville Utilities, BMS Builders, Seared Chop House, The Gavigan Agency, Taft and Hagler, Tiebreakers, and Greenville Auto World.
Join us next week for another edition of The Brian Bailey Show,